Hey everyone, Rob the Average Lawn Guy. Welcome back to the channel. So we've had 90 plus degrees out here for the past week and my lawn is still looking green. And because of that, I want to share these 5 tips with you that has worked out for me in order to maintain a green lawn during this hot weather. Tip number 1 is put down 1.5 inches of water per week on your turf. Now you need to measure out how much your system is able to put out over a given time. The best, fastest, and easiest way to do that is to use a good old tuna can test. You take a regular old tuna can, which have a depth of about 1.5 inches. You put that out on your lawn while the sprinkler is going. And you want to measure how long it takes to fill either half of that or the whole thing. This is a quick and cheap way to get the output your system is giving out. I see too many times people come out with their manual sprinkler system, they put it out anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and they put it back in and call it a day, not knowing that that may not even be enough for your turf. You'll be surprised. From my system, when I'm doing this test, it takes about 3 hours to put down about 1 to 1.25 inches of water on my lawn, and that's just my system. But what my system puts out may be totally different than what you put out, so it all depending on how much water pressure you have and the type of delivery system you may have. You want to test your output to make sure you're putting down 1.5 inches of water per week on your lawn. Now tip number 2 is you want to do split watering. Anytime temperatures are above 90 degrees, this is when you want to do split watering. You're still putting down 1.5 inches, but the difference is you want to split that up into 2 waterings. An example, on Sundays I water my lawn, I put down about 0.75 inches, and then on Wednesdays I also water my lawn. I put down another 0.75 inches. Those two combined is my 1.5 inches for the week, and I'm done. So split your watering up anytime temperatures are above 90 degrees. Now tip number 3, use Mother Nature to your advantage. Keep an eye on your 7 to 10 day forecast, and what you want to do is note how much rain you're gonna get. Don't rely on just eyeballing how much rain you got. You need a way to measure the amount of rain your turf is getting. Easiest and cheapest way to do that, I find, is to use a manual measurement gauge. You can pick these up at any Home Depot or Lowe's, and they go for roughly about, I believe it was $4 to $5. It's not that much money, but I like to nail it and hang it on my fence post, but you can pretty much put it anywhere you like. Just make sure there's an open sky so it can accurately measure how much water you got for that particular day, and whatever water you're missing, you can supplement water as needed. Now there's apps and websites out there that can give you a measurement of exactly how much you got for a particular day, and they're all pretty accurate, but they're not without their flaws. You see, they rely on weather stations stationed all around you, and they record whatever the weather station happened to record for that day. So if that particular weather station measured 1 inch of rainfall, it doesn't necessarily mean that you got 1 inch of rainfall. You see, you can be in a situation, especially in suburb or rural areas, where 1 mile away you may have rain, but over you may not have any. So that situation can happen. Just be mindful of it, which is why I highly recommend having your own way of measuring how much water your turf is getting from Mother Nature. And tip number 4, guys, make sure you pay attention to any struggle spots you may have on the lawn. What I mean by struggle spots is during the heat of the day, sometime between 1 and 4 p.m. If you take a close look at your turf from far away, you're going to notice some spots appear to be struggling more than others. An example, in my situation, I have a green lawn, but if you look at one particular spot, you notice kind of like a grayish brown haze to it. That tells you something is going on at that particular spot, and it's causing the grass around it to struggle. And the most common situation I find for that is the builder did a crappy job and they decided to bury rocks and bricks under there. So that part of the turf tends to heat up a little bit faster, more faster than the other parts of the turf. So because of that, there's really only 3 ways to deal with it, and one of them is the permanent way, but it involves really digging up your turf and pulling the rocks out. Again, that can be a hit or miss situation for you, but the other 2 ways I find to deal with this, and it actually has helped me in the past, is to kind of top dress it with topsoil, a screen topsoil that will provide some shade or some insulation to the roots. But the easiest and fastest way you can deal with that particular situation is to pull out your water hose and just put water down on that spot, just that spot alone. You see, by putting water down, you're going to relieve whatever stress that spot is experiencing, and you're going to prevent that spot from blotting out. Tip number 5, guys, and the easiest one, is to just raise your height of cut. It's really obvious because a higher cut grass is going to provide more shade for the root system, and that root system will be able to hold on to moisture longer and thus surviving harsh summer sun. So raising your height of cut will help you out in this situation. And guys, just a quick bonus tip: do not do anything to your lawn during periods of 90+ degrees. You do not want to put any type of weed killer. You do not want to fertilize. You do not want to put anything down on your lawn when air temperatures are above 90 degrees. Trust me on this, you're going to save yourself a lot of headache. You don't want to put anything down. Yes, you can put things down on your lawn, but it's better to do it in the morning or in the late evening. But don't do it in the middle of the day. You're gonna save yourself a lot of stress and a lot of headaches. Now, I hope you found this information useful, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing for more future content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.